Here to answer questions about this outbreak and understand what it means for us is Dr. Shira Doron, the Chief Infection Control Officer for Tufts Medicine. Thanks for joining us.
Dr. Doron, it's great to see you as always. So the FDA says it is still trying to identify which ingredient in the Quarter Pounder may have been contaminated with E. coli. Right now, the focus is on those thinly sliced raw onions in the beef patty. How long could it take to get an answer? Do you know?
Well, we have standard epidemiologic methods that tell us it's likely to be one of those two ingredients because people who ate products with those ingredients did get sick and people who didn't get sick. But even though the distributor has recalled its onions, their onions have so far tested negative for the bacteria, and onions are not historically associated with E. coli outbreaks. We may actually never know the source since the contaminated products may have already been consumed or discarded.
Yeah, good point.
Do you think there's any health risk for McDonald's customers here, or better yet, in New England?
Yeah, there's a lot about this that I still don't know that I wish I did. I noticed, though, that cases have been reported from 10 states. Quarter Pounders have been pulled from restaurants in 12 states. So I assume that represents that those states have received those ingredients from the supplier in question. And so outbreaks do sometimes end up having a wider geography than initially predicted. But I'm sort of hopeful that means that the McDonald's in our area may be unaffected by that supplier. Personally, I won't be having a Quarter Pounder in the next week or so.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of people in the same boat you're in. So, doctor, as you know, there are about, 48 million or so cases of foodborne illnesses in the United States every year. Are there any products that you think people should always avoid if they're worried about getting sick?
You know, there are a lot of different risks associated with foods. Everyone has their own risk tolerance when it comes to consuming the things they really like. Raw, rare meats, fish, they carry more risk than well-cooked foods, but lots of people think it's worth it. People who are immunocompromised or pregnant need to follow stricter guidelines. For healthy adults, I would say the one thing that should be considered a strict no-no is unpasteurized milk. It's always carried a risk of disease, but these days, with so much avian influenza in dairy cattle, it's an especially bad idea.
Unpasteurized milk. Dr. Doron, thank you. It was always great to see you.
Thank you.